Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yulia, and today I just wanted to talk about how to switch from self-judgment to self-compassion in these crazy times. And the times I'm interested in, I have my good days and I have my bad days. I'm pretty good at staying at home, but I am not as good at staying calm and accepting about what's happening in the world, accepting myself, how I deal with the situation in general. I start having these self-judgmental thoughts that I could be more productive or I could use this time more wisely. I was trying to accept the fact that unfortunately right now we all don't have a choice. We are limited to specific routine, we have to stay home. We are limited in number of things that we can accomplish. We are limited in the amount of time that we can go outside. During this week, I was trying to do several things that helped me cope with my anxiety and helped me cope with the self-judgment. I had my good days and I had my bad days, and that's totally okay. Everyone is handling the situation in a very different way right now. Some people have been very productive and very creative. However, it doesn't mean that everyone else has to process or has to handle the situation in the same way. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the things that I do when it comes to self-judgmental thoughts. And these are going to be my 8 tips that help me treat myself in a more compassionate way. So let's get into the video. So just a quick reminder of what self-judgment and self-compassion are. So basically, self-judgment is the state when you have really hard time accepting yourself or appreciating yourself in your life. And these are the thoughts that are very critical and very blaming, and they are directed towards you. And the opposite to self-judgment is self-compassion. Self-compassion is the direction of the sense of kindness and forgiveness and willingness to help towards you. For example, you had an extra piece of cake and you instantly get the thought that you shouldn't have had this extra piece of cake right now. Why did you have it? I have no control over myself. What's wrong with me? If you think about the situation, yes, maybe you did have this extra piece of cake right now, but if you had it, it means that you need it. Your body needed it, your mind needed it, and you just decided to be kind to yourself. You decided to be more compassionate to yourself, and you decided to be more responsive towards your needs and wants at this moment, at this crazy time of social distress and crazy time of social anxiety. You just wanted to be a little bit kinder to yourself. That's why you allowed yourself to have this extra piece of cake, and there is nothing wrong about it. So your positive intention behind this action was to treat yourself, to show more kindness to yourself, to nourish your body and to nourish your mind. Tip number 2, don't forget to look at the entire picture. For example, I often have the thoughts that I should have done more reading today, or I should have done more writing, I should have edited more. But the fact that we didn't do it during the day means we didn't want to. We had a reason not to do this. Maybe we wanted to take this time to relax. Maybe we wanted to read some fiction book. Maybe we just wanted to zoom out and distract ourselves from our everyday life. Because we are stuck at the same place. We are stuck at home. We are stuck, maybe alone, maybe with other people, and we just need this a little bit extra space in our mind to zoom out and to relax and to chill and not to do anything during this time. So whatever you wanted to do and whatever you were planning to do and you didn't do, it means there was the reason for this. Maybe you can think about it in the way that you will do if you have time, or if you have desire, if you have willingness to do it, you will do it tomorrow. If you won't do this tomorrow, maybe this is something that you don't want to do at all. Maybe you don't want to subscribe to this online course. Just because we are isolated, it doesn't mean that there is no fear of social judgment. We still compare ourselves to others, and if there was someone who was taking this course, if there is someone who was reading a lot during this time, it doesn't mean that you have to. Always look at the entire picture, and again, always look at the intention behind your actions. Tip number 3. Remind yourself that there are things that you cannot control. There is lots of things that we can control, but there is also lots of things that we cannot control. We are not in full control over the destructive thoughts that enter our mind throughout the day, but we are in control of how we act with the feelings that they evoke. We are also in control to how we react to the situations, and we are in control to how we talk about ourselves and our life. Tip number 4, be reasonable with your expectations. especially with the expectations about yourself and your body. For example, we can get the thought that I don't look as toned as before, I don't have as many muscles as before, my body shape changed a little bit, but it doesn't make sense to look exactly like we looked a month ago, or 3 months ago, or a half a year ago, or 2 years ago. It is just unnatural. We are changing with time, our body is changing with time, and our body is changing with circumstances. And yes, our body have changed. We don't move as much as before, we are not able to go out as much. Maybe some people are not running, I'm not going to the gym. But as long as we're trying to take care of our health and our happiness, that's what matters. That is something that will never change. That is something that will give us that ray of light in the future to move forward, to be more positive and to be optimistic. Tip number 5, celebrate small wins. And it is extremely important that we celebrate those tiny wins that we do throughout the day. Maybe we made ourselves a nice dinner. Maybe we were able to step outside for a 30-minute walk. Maybe we cleaned our apartment. Those small wins, concentrate on them. What I try to do every evening is I take a piece of paper and I write down all the small wins that I have accomplished throughout the day. To concentrate on the small wins, other than to concentrate on something that I have not done or I have not finished doing during the day, is so essential. This will help us to be aware of what we have actually done instead of what we haven't done. So this will help us acknowledge the effort we are doing, and this will also help us to boost our self-esteem. Tip number 6, try to avoid black and white thinking. So if you have not done something during the day, it doesn't mean that you are unproductive or you are worthless or you are incapable of doing something. This is just one day. This is just one thing that you haven't done. Maybe someone texted you and you just didn't feel like answering this person. It doesn't make you a bad friend either. Maybe you were stressed, maybe you just wanted some time for yourself. You can switch the situation, and instead of blaming yourself, just think about it the way that you will text this person tomorrow, and then you will have more willingness to participate in the actual conversation. Tip number 7, and I think this is one of my most favorite tips that I always try to remind myself. Treat yourself like you would treat your good friend. It is so easy for us to treat with this extra compassion and extra kindness people that we love. But it's always so hard to treat ourselves the same way. Let's say your friend made a mistake, failed, or your friend has a bad body image day, and this friend is sharing with you all the thoughts that they have. How would you respond? How would you react to this? What would you tell your friend? And now think about the same situation, but with regards to yourself. You are the one who made a mistake, and you are the one who failed, or you are the one who is having a bad body image day. How would you talk to yourself in this situation? Would it be the same? I know for sure that I'm gonna give myself as much hard time as possible about anything in this world, about anything that I do. I would think that I'm not good enough, that I should have done something better. Why there is this difference in how we are treating our good friends and how we are treating ourselves? We are for ourselves the most important friend. We are our own best friend. So why then do we think that we deserve worse treatment than someone else? And tip number 8, reevaluate your priorities. What do you prioritize in life? Do you prioritize the amount of money you're making? Do you prioritize the body shape? And the same way, think about what do you value in your best friends. Do you value how much they make? Do you value where they live? Do you value how they look? No. We value kindness, we value compassion, we value generosity, we value sense of humor. This is what we are truly looking into other people. Other people value the same things in us. They don't look at us in terms of how we look like. They don't look at us in terms of how much money we make. They don't look at us in terms of what job we are having. They are looking at they value completely different qualities in us. Now answer one question. If you could be a friend with a judgmental person or a compassionate person, who would you choose? When we try to build this compassion for ourselves, our relationship with ourselves and our life will suddenly become so much more fun and so much more relaxed. Thinking compassionately will help us go from inner conflict to self-acceptance and to more peaceful existence. When suddenly we have the self-destructing thoughts that enter our mind, we know that we have our own back. So these are my 8 tips that help me be more self-compassionate towards myself. If you like this video, please comment down below and let me know what you think. Maybe you have some other tips that I can also apply to my everyday life. If you would like to know more about tips and advice on how to stay more positive in your everyday life, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of my community. So that being said, I hope you guys have a positive day, a positive week, and a positive life, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.